Once upon a time, there was a king. A king ruled his kingdom in a very wise and good way, and all the people loved him very much. But the problem was that the king was getting old, and so he had to start thinking who would be his successor, who would be his heir. And the problem was that the king had 3 sons, and he loved them all the same, and so he could not decide among them, and his decision was very, very difficult for him. And so he walked all the day, walked up and down the castle, trying to find a solution, trying to find a way that could help him decide. And so he thought up and he thought down until, now I know what I have to do. And so he called his sons and he told them that he was going to leave for a very long journey, and he didn't know when he would come back. And then he took off his pocket 3 seeds of grain, and he gave 1 seed to each and every of his sons. And he told them that while he was away, they should make the most out of that seed. And having said that, he waved them goodbye and left. And so the first son started to think what he should do with that seed. It's so important, and my father has great expectations, and it's a very important task, because the best of us would become the new king. And so he started thinking and thinking and thinking, and he thought up and he thought down until, now I know what I have to do. Because if the seed is so precious, I have to preserve it at best. And so he took a crystal box and he placed the seed inside it. And the second son too had to decide what to do with the seed, and he too was puzzled. And he was very concerned, because it was a very important decision. And let's say it, he really wanted to become the new king, and so he wanted to do a very good job and to be the best one among his brothers. And so he started thinking and thinking and thinking, and he thought up and he thought down until, now I know what I have to do with my seed. If it's so precious, I have to preserve its economic value. And so he went to the market and he sold that seed. And in exchange, he obtained a box full of golden coins, because he was very good at bargaining and he had made a very good deal. And the third son, the third son too had to decide what to do with the seed, and he too didn't know what to do. And days were passing, and his father would come back sooner or later, so he had to decide, and he too didn't know what to do. And so he thought up and he thought down until, now I know what I have to do with my seed. And so he took his seed and he went out. And out of the castle there were all the fields, and he just chose a piece of land and he planted the seed into the ground. And after a while, the king came back. And of course, he was very curious. He wanted to know what his sons had done with the seed. And so he called them and asked them. And the first son jumped from the other room and said, Look, father, this is your seed. Can you recognize it? I've just kept it just as it was, so precious as it was on the day you left. And then the second son said, but father, wait, look what I've got here. This is a box full of golden coins that I've obtained by selling the seed. Did I go right? Did I go well, right? Whereas the third son, he didn't say anything. He just brought his father by his arm, and he took him to one of the windows of the castle where he could see all the kingdom below. And he showed him the fields of wheat that have grown out of that just little seed. And so the king took the crown off his head and placed it on the head of his youngest son, who would then become the new king, a king who ruled just as wisely and well as his father had done. And that's the end of the story.